right, good morning, second grade students. Today for math, you watched the Eureka math video on lesson 21, which was on completing a pattern counting up and down. So we are going to start up here with number 1. We're going to focus on A, B, C, and H. So we're going to find the pattern and fill in the blanks. So for A, we have 396, 397, and then we have 4 blanks here. So we know that the 3 in our hundreds place is the same for both. And we know that the 9 in the tens place is the same for both. And in our ones place, we're counting 6, 7. So we know that it's our ones place that is going up by 1. So we're going to have 6, 7. So we're going to have 8 in our ones place. The 9 in our tens place is going to stay the same. And the 3 in our hundreds place is going to stay the same. So we're going to have 398. We're going to add 1. So we're going to have 399. And then 399 plus 1 gives us 400. So now our ones, tens, and hundreds has all completely changed. So then 400 plus 1 more gives us 401. So with A, we were adding 1 on each time. So now let's look at B. So we start with 251, and then we go to 351, and then we have our 4 blanks. So we notice that the 1 is the same in our ones place, and the 5 is the same in our tens place. And so in our hundreds place, we're going from 2 to 3. So now we know that we're going to be adding 100 each time. So we're going to go 251, 351, 451, to 551, to 651, and lastly to 751. All right, so now let's take a look at C. So for C, we have 476, and then we go to 486. So the 6 in our ones place stays the same, but our tens place goes up by 1, and then the 4 in the hundreds stays the same. So for this one, we're going to be adding by 10 each time. So from 476 to 486 to 496. So now this one might be kind of a tricky one to go up by 10. If we need to, we can always write it out underneath. That's totally okay. So we can write 496, 497, 498, 499, 500, 501, 502, 503. And if we kind of forget how many we've written down, we can go back and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we know we need to have 10. So 504, 505, 506. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we know 506 would come next. Then after that, we'd have 516. And lastly, 526. So notice on this one, we went from 9, and then we went to 0. Not to 1, we went to 0 first. So we went 9 to 0 to 1 to 2. So make sure that you don't forget that we also have to include 0 in there. All right, so let's jump down to H. Since this one we have 672, we have a blank, And then they give us 692 and 2 more blanks. So for this one, again, we're starting with 672. And then we notice this one's 692. So the 2's in the 1 place stay the same, and the 6's in the hundreds place stay the same. So the part that's different is our tens place. So we know we're going to be adding by 10. So 672 to 682. And then that gets us to 692. And then remember, just like in C, we have to go 702. Because remember, we're going from 9 to 0. And then we can go to 1, which would be 712. All right, so now let's move down to number 2 here. So number 2 says to fill in the chart. So this top one, we're starting with 206. So we're going to count by ones for this one. So we're going to go to 207, 208, 209, and 210. Now in this next one, we don't have anything in the first one or the last one, but they give us 218 in the beginning. So where do you think we would start for this one? So 1 less than 218 would be 217. And then 1 more than 218 gives us 219. So for this one, we added 1 going to the right, and we subtracted 1 going to the left. So now for this one, we have nothing in the beginning, but they give us 230 at the end. So remember, when we're going to the left, we are subtracting. So we're going to be subtracting by 1. So 1 less than 230 is 229. And then we go to 228, to 227, to 226, and to 225. All right, and then the last one that we have is 237, and now we're going to the right, so we are adding 1, so we have 238. And when we notice this chart, we notice it's going up by 10, so we go 207 to 217 to 227 to 237, 208 to 218, to 228, to 238, 209, to 219, to 229. All right, so that is our worksheet for today.